Here we are back at the indoor facility. We're going to give you our preview and predictions for the Georgia Southern game. Will, it's obviously, tough keys this week to victory. Yeah. What's your key to Clemson pulling out a victory over Georgia Southern?
Well, I know Dabo's, this week in the press conference was talked Georgia Southern up a lot. Hey, and they're 2-0. They're an improved football team this year. No doubt they deserve it. But they're not the number 2 ranked team in the country, and playing for a possible run at another national championship. And Clemson's loaded with talent all over, and this game should go what we think it'll go later. But my key, I would say, would be for Clemson is it's another option team. So to me, the key would be, first of all, stop them. And that's key because you don't want them to control the clock and then put themselves in position to win, because then things change, obviously. But my key is get on top early so you can get those defensive linemen and all those guys out of there, because the next week they're going to play cut block you in Georgia Tech, and you want those guys to be healthy this week so they can be healthy for next week's game against Georgia Tech. So my key is get an early lead and get those starters out of that game fast as you can on that defensive side of the ball.
All right, Gavin. Will stole the easy one. What's your key to the game?
I've actually got a couple keys to the game.
Hey, whoa.
And they're not so much as keys to victory, because barring something unexpected, Clemson's going to win this game. But they're more keys for what Clemson needs to do, just internally as a team. Just first of all, I just think the defense needs to go out, shut them down, get confidence going, get the mojo going. They gave up 501 total yards of offense against Texas A&M, including 430 passing yards, and a lot of those passing yards were due to a number of coverage busts. And Dabo he said they made 1 million mental errors, and so going up against an option offense, you've got to play disciplined against a team like that. And so this is a great way for them to correct a lot of those mistakes and hone in and play sound football this week and build some confidence going forward, especially since they're going to see another option team next week. So that's one of my keys to the game. Number 2 is just to come out of this game healthy. You don't want to. Well, you kind of touched on it, but you said to get the defensive linemen out so they don't get hurt against Georgia Tech. I'm just saying get to Georgia Tech without even getting hurt. Because you don't want to lose key players in a game like this. Looking at the schedule, the way it shapes up, it's very favorable. The only thing I can see really derailing Clemson this year is injuries, and that's going to be a key every week, but especially in a game like this, you don't want anybody to go down. So get on top early, like Will said, get those guys out of the game and move on without any injuries. That's my team.
All right, I think Will and Gavin have the injury thing covered, so I'm not going there.
Don't talk about injuries yet.
My key to this game, which is not really a key to victory, because as you guys say, that shouldn't be a question. My key is going to be to get some of these younger guys some experience and continue to build on the depth. We saw in the secondary, Dabo talked today about how they're trying to build that depth at safety, and they played that second-team guys a good bit in real game critical moments at Texas A&M. Obviously, this week you won't have game critical moments, but you'll be able to get some of these guys some much-needed snaps so they can continue their development. So that's going to be my key, is to get the guys in the game that don't normally play, build their confidence, give them some film to get better off of, and that'll help you down the road as teams get tougher. And if, God forbid, we do have some injuries, you want to build up that depth. So now we're going to go to our preview or our predictions. Will, I'm going to give you first shot, so you can go in the 70s this week.
Yeah, it's not going to happen. So I'm going to do a realistic prediction, as you said that way.
I want 2 predictions from both of y'all. Yeah. I want a monsoon prediction and a normal weather prediction.
Okay. I think my prediction will work both ways. Okay.
6-0.
Well, no, because I think Clemson's going to score whether it's a monsoon or whether it's sunny outside like it is right now. I think this game, I think, as we've all said, I think Clemson's going to win it. I think what you're going to see is what Dabo preached early in the week. You're going to see a lot to the running backs. They're going to try to get the running backs involved. First of all, they want to see if they're going to challenge that offensive line this week to play better than they have the first 2 weeks, because they haven't played very well as a group on the offensive line. They've had individuals play well, but not the group. So I think you're going to see the offense take the ball and just move up and down the field in the running game in this game, not the passing game. They'll still throw some downfield, and they'll have some of those explosive plays. So I think because of that, they'll run a little more clock. They won't have as much opportunities to score. So, and I think that'll help the defense as well. And I think the defense is going to be challenged and motivated this week after what happened last week. So with that said, I won't say a shutout. I won't say shutout. I'm going to say Clemson 42, Georgia Southern 6.
All right, 42-6. Either way, monsoon or not. All right, Gavin, I'll give you that option. You can give us 2 score predictions based on the weather if you like.
Well, my monsoon prediction calling for heavy rainfall Saturday. That's my prediction on the weather.
That's not what we're talking about, Gavin.
But as far as the game on the field goes,
Gavin's leaving us next week to go work for WSPA and weather.
there's going to be some not accurate predictions on that. But yeah, anyways, I'm with Will. I see Clemson scoring regardless of whether the rain's coming down or not. I think they're going to keep it on the ground a lot. I honestly can see Kelly Bryant finding the end zone, Travis Etienne finding the end zone, Feaster finding the end zone, maybe even and then Choice or Dixon maybe getting in the end zone. I think all those guys are going to play. I think they're going to keep it on the ground a lot. I can see them all potentially scoring. So, but anyways, yeah. I see it similar scores being similar to the Furman game, 48-7, something along those lines. I actually had in my mind 42 for Clemson's total, so I'm sticking with that. But it's different to Will. I think Georgia Southern may squeak one in late and get a touchdown. So I'm going to say 42-7 final.
All right, I'm going to give you 2 scores. Because I do think it'll be a difference on whether it's a monsoon or
Okay.
normal game. I think if it is a monsoon, I think that's going to keep the scoring down. I think there will be some running, mainly just to get on to the next week. I'm going to say if it's raining, it's going to be something like maybe Clemson 35, Georgia Southern 7. If the weather's nice, I think we're going to see the Trevor Lawrence show. I think he's going to have a little chip on his shoulder after last week, just getting the 1 touchdown drive. I expect we'll see Chase some in the 4th quarter, and of course they're going to want to use him and give him some good experience. So he's going to be throwing the ball as well as handing the ball off. So if we don't have a monsoon, I'm going to go Clemson 58, Georgia Southern 10. I didn't go in the 70s this time. I learned a little bit from the last time. But anyway, we'll have it all covered for you right here on TCI all weekend long. And next week we'll look ahead to another road game in Georgia Tech. So stay tuned to TCI for the most complete coverage